Welcome to Zelda Speed Runs. We have for you from the 2024 Zelda 2 Randomizer Upstarts tournament. It's the game 3 of the quarterfinals between Malchior and Hitman. I am VT Slacker. I'll be your tracker and restreamer. And joining us in the commentary will be Alsoa a little bit later, but I'm going to pass it off to our other commentator, Mirai. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. Good old game 3 here between these two runners. It's coming down to an elimination match here tonight. Both of them have done well so far in the Upstarts tournament. Malchior, the number 3 seed. Hitman, the 6? Sorry. I should know this. We have this information around here. I believe he's the 6th seed. But Malchior took game 1, and Hitman took game 2. Malchior made a kind of a big overworld mistake in his routing, which had the one item which cost him pretty much the entire game there. Hitman just kind of walked away with that one. So we'll see what happens tonight. The time has started. We'll see the countdown kick off here shortly. We do have that candle start here in the Upstarts tournament. Just waiting to see them get into North Palace and get outside so we can identify this biome that we've got today. Here we go, folks. Okay, that's a caldera. Immediately, that's a one-sided caldera. As we can see the palace on the southeast corner of the viewport. When we first leave North Palace there, we can see it there. Red Dyra's right up front. No one's going to try to tackle them right up. Oh, Hitman up. Hitman's turning around. Bouncy Cat, though, is probably going to cost him problems. We were out of here. Yep. Heart Container Cave for Malchior here. And Hitman as well. We're going to see a Red Dyra after all. Can we get through, though? One shot. Wow. Was he injured already? I don't know. Hitman with the nice neutral jump. Oh, he's going in on it. Oh, boy, the double axe catches him. Okay, yeah, it's not a one shot. I think Malchior was already injured, but he did catch an axe before. It looks like bodying the Dyra at life 1 is just under 2 hearts. $150 in here. Not sure it's worth it. I think Hitman. I was saying Hitman might try to go in on this this Red Dyra here. Is Malchior going to get him on the way out? Yes, he is. Just $70 there. Yeah, $150 at the end of this. Not a game changer by any means. Hitman doesn't know that, but if he dies here, it's a game over, and he will be back in this cave, setting him back just ever so slightly. Heart on the grass tile. The double axe, he dodges it. Gets him down. All right. Taking that life level for the refill. Probably just going to up an A out of here, I would imagine. Another cave up there. Malchior almost walked away from it. Saw it at the very top of his screen. Not enough for... or is it enough for an attack level? Does he have enough left over? He doesn't. He's 3 short. And he's on his last life. Medicine cave here at the top of our western side of our western caldera. And 2 Red Dyras here in Medicine Cave. Okay. Okay, I think we're going to put these runners to the test here. Oh, nice jump. Oh, but Malchior was in the clear, but there's that's not an easy thing to do there. The Dyras were offset from each other. They're out of sync. So trying to go in on them, one of them is going to be throwing an axe at all times. He had the jump though. It's probably just best to just escape. You gotta watch out for these rocks, though. Nice neutral jump. Just go. They're only worth $70. He's on his last life. He's got 1 hit left. All right, Hitman with the up and A. Did he get the attack level there? I imagine he did. He did get the attack level. All right, 1 hit for Malchior, probably. These boomerangs do a little bit of damage. Oh, no, he bodies the Korea. This is... Oh, it's going high. Oh. Okay, that is the game over there. We're getting sent back. Hitman has found this little forest tile encounter here. Our runner's getting beat up right off the bat. Both of them feeling probably a little bad about the start here. East to find the cross, okay. Got a potential required Bagoo? Does that actually wrap it? Wow, red diaries everywhere. I'm loving it. Hitman with the hint as well. He's going north to the grass tile. Going to get himself a heart and see that. Or I guess he already saw the heart. Yes, he did. Okay. I totally missed him on the grass tile. Does this go down? It is a required... Oh, we are on the front side, though. Well, is it required? Isn't there a cave over there? Where'd that red diary come from on Hitman's side? Wow, this is amazing. These things are in every... He's not going to be happy to see them in this encounter, though. We're playing the hints game here. We're going to the second hint spot. Oh, Malchior is going all the way in for the heal. Hitman with the 150 bag from the ground. Oh, he gets... Oh, I was going to say I thought he got a despawn on the second one, but he did not get a despawn on the second one. The bot does not have a hint there in Saria. Hitman tries to take on those Dairas and is met with death. Yeah, Hitman's going to take the magic level there. Not sure he's going to make it out of here alive. Probably best to just body the damage and go. But okay, the axes are close enough to being in sync to where he didn't have to do any weird jumping. Got jump in Saria here. I don't think we have access to Mito just yet. I assume that because this is a one-sided caldera, I haven't seen a cave leading us anywhere else just yet. Oh, there is a cave there, but there is another cave on the south side, on the opposite side of Saria to go across. There's a cave that's facing north there that looks like it's going to be something. So what is this cave here? Maze. All right. So magic container for Hitman as well. With the up and A, all right. First drop on the maze here for Malchior. It's the long hallway. Blue Lizolfo. Okay, neutral jumping. We're neutral jumping. Magic key. Easy game. Let's go, folks. Oh, yep. Well, that's a nice little warp to the starting point in the cave here. Are we going to check the dead end? We're not going to check that little dead end, though. Wow! I'm loving this seed right here. Good use of the jump spell, though. And another one. If these things are not invulnerable, they could be worth a lot of experience. Now, again, being the Upstarts tournament, it's you wouldn't really expect newer runners to be going in on Lizolfos constantly. So probably just want to, with that slightly slower start, probably just want to go and get the information off the maze here. We see another cave. We also see GP on the maze. We're looking for that second drop as well. This cave could really just take us anywhere. Could take us back to the west, could take us east, could take us to DM. May or may not be required. Hitman picking up jump there out of Saria. Going to be following another blue Lizolfo. And a terrible Zora behind it. This is going to be a ton of damage. Yeah, that's 4 hearts. That's almost 4 hearts for bodying that Zora. Things on Maze Island are scary, man. This is not a dead end for Malchior just yet. He's going to keep going. All right, Hitman joining us on the maze. You are forced into the first drop. There is a fireball right to Malchior. The off-screen fireball. Last life here. If he gets trolled again by this... we're going in on the blue Lizolfo here. I like that. We did dodge the fireball there in the Scorpion for Malchior. He's going to keep going. There's a magic key for Hitman. I think that 130 is life 3, and Hitman grabbed it. Hitman also not checking that little dead end there. There's that fork, that left and right fork. Another blue Lizolfo. I'm sorry, but I love the combat in this game, and I'm very excited. That's a one-shot from a mace. Game over for Malchior. I didn't actually see how much the blues are worth, but they are worth only 100. Hitman might be able to gain a little bit of an advantage over Malchior here. Yeah, the jump attack on the oranges are the less favorable attack here. You also leave yourself open to that spear when he throws it at you. Or tries to poke you with it. Malchior going back. Oh, Malchior didn't make it through Medicine Cave. That's right. So he's coming back in here for the magic container. Yeah, it's entirely possible that, well, it will be that Hitman at life 3 will be taking less damage from these enemies if he decides to body any of them. Also seeing that great palace there on the maze. Are we going to check the cave first? We're going to... Oh, of course, there's an encounter blocking the cave. So is he going to go top side or is he going to go low side here? He's going to go top side first, but there's another encounter here. Wow, these encounters are very spread out in this island today. All right, Malchior back to the maze. Is he going to check this dead end now? We're still not checking this little dead end right there. That left and right fork. Or maybe we checked it before and I just missed it. I believe we are joined by Elsoa. Flew in through a window as we close and lock the doors when the race starts. Welcome in.
Hey, how is it going?
A lot of red Dyras, a lot of blue Lizalfos, a lot of orange Lizalfos, a lot of combat, a lot of damage. Wow, still a one-shot. It's we're getting one-shot by blue Lizalfo maces at life 2 and life 3 on the maze here.
Okay.
We've got a Western Caldera. It's one-sided, so they're forced into the maze pretty early on. There's one heart and one magic container, the jump spell, a magic key in the first drop of the maze. We're still looking for the second. And Saria blocking something, a cave on the west. And I think that's it. We saw a pea bag as well from an item cave, but no other progression avenues just yet.
Okay. So we have a magic key, as you mentioned. I'm gonna bet that if this is a one-way maze connector, ergo the maze doesn't lead to anywhere else, that item that is sitting inside of whatever palace is here on Maze Island, as we see the second connector on Maze Island, may hold the key to the progression here.
Yeah, no one's gone in this cave just yet because there's this encounter blocking the way. So everyone saw the encounter and then decided to go look for the second item, which Malchior did not find, and Hitman still looking for it, but also down to his last life.
Yeah, I think... Oh, looks like Malchior is going to go check the cave out. It leads to Death Mountain. Not great.
Wow, that second drop could be the raft that we see right there on DM.
Yeah, this is... I feel like I'd almost actually just go look for Hammer Cave because I could get a couple of levels off of some of these enemies on the way.
Yeah.
And if right now the seed is indicating that early levels are going to definitely be something you want just to be able to get through some of these encounters.
Yeah, and the other thing about this is probably going to be another Caldera, I believe. I could be wrong in that this DM could be another Caldera. It could be a mountainous as well, but if it's a Caldera... no, there's the bridge. Okay, I was going to say the bridge could also be in this DM, so that bridge could just take us back west. Or it could take us east.
Well, somebody's got to go see the bridge.
Oh, we have the boots. We're the boots in the second drop.
Oh
no, we don't have the boots. I'm sorry. There's a
one tile spot, but it really does look like it's boots blocking. Looks like it leads east.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, this is quite the seed for these two runners. Again, game 3, each of them taking a win, and we're going west to Maze, which is quite a walk through the maze, and then we have to go east, and we have low levels, 2-2-3 for Hitman and 2-1-2 for Malchior. Still unable to get that 130 I think it's 130 for life 3. And so, yeah, they're taking a lot of damage in here. or out here, they will be if they get caught by some bad encounters. Invisible Moes as well.
I think if I'm these guys, my first priority after seeing where the kid is, because you need that for Reflect, is figure out where my towns out here on the east are and see if one of them has Fairy. And if so, get whatever magic levels are necessary to be able to cast Fairy to get across the area.
Yeah, and with that key, we can also hopefully maybe find a palace we can do, and then get some levels, kind of stay in that safe zone, right? Go into the palace. If you game over, you don't get sent back home. You just get sent back to the start of the palace. So you're kind of in that container where you can't get pushed too far away from where you're at.
Honestly, a 200 XP Red Iron Knuckle at the front of like P3 would be fantastic.
Yeah, I could see some grinding for that.
I mean, I would.
So we got Child in the East.
So they could leave this continent with Reflect. You could also need to get the boots, which are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I do wonder what this...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I do wonder what that second item on the maze was that no one picked up yet.
This feels like it's a canyons east.
This is going to be a mountainous with the heavy use of mountains here. So they're going to be like stuck down these little one-tile pathways. A lot of small little pockets. Kind of annoying navigation. Of course, it's P4.
I mean, you can still grind the Iron Knuckle. It's just a little more awkward to do. But hey, if you find the kid, you go get Reflected, then you just do P4. And look, they are 200 XP.
There you go, yeah. You might even just want to go in and just try to find more Iron Knuckles instead of fighting this one that's bound to start giving you jars after a while. This stupid statue.
Malchior gets a 150 bag, which allows him to catch up on levels to where... Oh, game over for Hitman, losing a little bit of that XP. Not a huge deal because he was right at the palace entrance, but was saving up for attack 3 and is now going to go somewhere else.
There's another palace up here too, so it's not going to be GP and it's not going to be 4. Could be 5, but still we can attempt to get some experience in here. Oh boy.
Is it 5? Okay. That's 2? Okay. I would actually poke my head into it a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'd probably just kind of use it to get some experience somewhere off something. Unless we've just got a bunch of blue Iron Knuckles at the front of this place, which would be funny given every other enemy that's rolled dangerously.
And the blue Lizalfos only giving 100 XP.
Yeah, that's like the lowest they can give in this flag set. It was so disappointing to see Hitman kill one earlier.
Yeah. I like Malchior's usage of the jump spell to be able to avoid some of these enemies.
Yeah, Hitman got a little beat up early on. Malchior took slight lead, but then took a game over in Medicine Cave, which had a magic container. Hitman showed us that. And so there's been a little swapping back and forth, but again, with neither one of them discovering anything, at least the second item on Maze, they're here right next to each other, right? There really hasn't been anywhere else to go, honestly.
Yeah. I think at this point, regardless of which runner you are, coming out of Sunken Cave, I think you just get through the blue Lizalfos and then just take the up A in the palace, because you can get your lives back, especially Malchior, who's already lost a life to this Lizalfos, now 2. I would be really tempted to just skip it at this point. Whatever XP you're going to get out of it probably isn't worth it if you take a game over. Yeah, there's the jump spell.
Wow. Still 3 hearts right there.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I didn't see what spell was in the town Hitman's in, but he's going to go get it, so presumably it's not, like, shield.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I was too busy trying to make sure that Malchior wasn't about to take a game over here.
Does get to the palace, and Malchior is going to elect to go in.
Yeah, I think regardless of whatever spell this is, they're just going to, like, life or shield or anything. I think they just want to survive.
Yeah, and I think we are getting some indication that it's shield. We'll see in a second here that it is indeed shield.
Red Iron Knuckles in this palace pool only giving 50 experience instead of 200.
Not great, but the red Stalfos are giving 70, so that's nice. Also, I gotta say, the community rooms are, for the most part, really just nice rooms. There's a couple of them that are just bad.
There are a few that are a bit more difficult, a bit trolly, yeah.
But a lot of times when I see a community room, I'm like, oh, this is neat. And then proceed to just go through the room. Nice key drop.
Yeah, and we didn't get any hints in Nibiru there out of the west side, so no new information. Now, if there's nothing special in this P2, this isn't going to set Hitman back too far, seeing as, I mean, P4 is just south of here, so they've got to come back to the east anyway, and it's really not that far from the maze, so they could clear out things on the east here. Well, actually, I have no idea how this is all going to work. We need a raft from somewhere, so, because that raft is going to take us at this point. No, you know what? Oh, yeah, that raft is going to take us back to the east side of the west.
Yep. Malchior survives this room, but had to deal with a Mago and the Blue Iron Knuckle. Gets a fairy.
Nice.
Really beneficial. And let's see what's a new casino here for Hitman. It's Spell. Can you cast the Spell?
Probably not. Oh!
You can!
Nice.
We get to see the Spell Tower.
I didn't see how many containers it was to get into the basement.
It was 6.
Okay.
So I could potentially get it here.
Yeah.
That's actually a really cheap spell for Magic, too.
It is, yeah.
Isn't it, normally like 108 or something like that in vanilla?
It's something pretty wild. It's one of those very expensive spells for a while.
We get the hammer.
You can always just run back to Death Mountain, go find a hammer cave and a speck rock somewhere.
Yeah. Honestly, that could be the direction the game wants you to go.
Yeah, we have some options now, right? I mean, again, the second item on the maze, it's bothering me that we don't know the second item. Now we have Death Mountain access. We have, we might have had Bagu access on where we started on the west. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think either one of them looked around in the forest tiles that we had. There wasn't a lot that was available, so it's entirely possible Bagu's not over there, and that ferry or the boots are just required to get across Saria, because again, there is a north-facing cave on the other side of Saria that is definitely not a pass-through.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be an item cave.
Hitman's going to try to find more towns here on the east, and will be rewarded with OG Kasuto. Going to cast a shield spell to try to not die. Dies anyway.
God. I was going to say, I thought he would be dead in one hit with the shield spell, but it looks like the Moas aren't doing that much damage at this Life 3 shielded.
That's actually pretty good. Malchior's close to getting another level. Thunder in Thundertown. Okay. Neither runner should miss that, in spite of both of the palaces on the east being near the bridge entry point. We haven't found the Death Valley entrance yet.
I was just about to address that as well. As Hitman pushes further out on the east here, potentially dangerous encounters like this, he doesn't have like a reset point, right? There are no palaces. All the palaces are right by where we first enter into the east, and so any loss of resources and lives out here are very costly, and he might be sent back to start sooner than later. Although there's your volcano, I think.
And not only that, but also consider there's no towns out here either, so you can't even go to a town to get a quick heal. There's
one more. Oh no, that's it, isn't it? That's we've seen all 4. Yeah. Wow, yep. Yeah, he is on the frontier at this point.
Just like the pioneers. What?
Man, this
P2 is not an easy. Oh, yeah. Good Lord, this room.
Oh, we have a River Devil, potential River Devil block. We see a water tile as well. No boots. I guess the only other thing we can find is Risen Peabag Cave and Desert Tile at this point.
You know, if the scene wanted to be really dumb, it would put a pass-through cave under 3-Eye Rock, and that pass-through cave is required to get to the Valley of Death.
Yeah, actually, you can't have that under... The things that can't appear under the Forest Tile or 3-Eyed Rock are going to be pass-through caves and continent connectors.
Is it? Oh, there's the jar. Now you can go get the basement item in Casino.
Yeah, is this going to be Risen right here?
It very well could be, because I haven't seen a whole lot of caves on this piece.
Yeah,
also, Malchior is really trying to get through this room, but this blue iron
Yeah.
thing, no.
The generators, you got to probably just kill. You probably got to kill that orange earlier before bringing things over here. Kill the orange and kill some of those. Oh man, he got nothing out of there.
Is Hitman leaving Risen Cave?
I think.
Okay, he's going back.
I think we tend to be a little hesitant to jump in here. He's like, I don't know how many lives he has left, but if there are any invisible moes in here, he might just get stuck in here and game over. And I think he might have been kind of poking around and peeking to see if there's anything else there. But at this point, he has seen everything on the east. And
also, on your point about the generators, I would actually leave them alive and use them to try to damage boost through the blue iron knuckle.
That's true. That's true as well.
And there's the game over for him.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to get what's in Risen.
Wow. Well, what does he do now? Second item on maze, or go back to... again, we do have a lot of forest here, actually. Maybe Bagu is available. Anyway, we're going back to the maze right now.
This to me seems like a potential second item in maze, and or potentially spec rock and hammer cave, because you can do both of those now that you got the hammer.
Okay, so you see that fork right there. We go right and we hit the drop. I don't think anyone has checked the fork to the left-hand side. I think everyone continues to walk to the right. And there, no one has checked that left side fork, as far as I know.
Which means the item's probably in there.
Probably right there, exactly.
As much as the item did be just right there, and it's also the boots. I don't necessarily like going for this Lizalthos.
Yeah, I think he killed an orange earlier as well, and I didn't pay attention to how much the oranges were.
Like, if it were two
go
or
ahead.
three... sorry, go ahead.
No, you first.
If it were 200 or 300, sure. I don't know if they can roll up to 500. But for 100, I just don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, in this flag set, blues are going to be 1 to 500, and oranges are going to be 70 to 300. Yeah, so that's 70, 100, 150, 200, 500 is what the oranges can be, right?
You know, it might also would have been nice if GP wasn't the Maze Island Palace.
Yeah, right. They really have nothing. They have nothing on the west there, palace-wise. They have nothing on the maze here, palace-wise. They have only P4 south of where you walk into the east. And then you have P2, which Malchior has shown us is a little tough. And we don't have any access to this downstab technique at this point. So this is definitely very combat heavy. And this is going to be a mountainous DM, so this is going to be a little tricky, potentially.
Yeah. I would definitely do this and kill as much stuff as I could in the past 3 caves. Not necessarily for the experience, but also just to be able to see, okay, I've been through this cave before because there's no enemies.
At least they have shield spell now. I would be worried for them. No life, no shield, and no downstab. Not really a Upstarts friendly flag set. Seed, I mean.
But is it a worthy seed for a game 3?
I would say it is. I would say this is definitely pushing. This is going to push both of these runners. They're being pushed right now. We're 27 minutes in, and we have 3 items, one of which we started with. We have 3 spells. Oh my god, this doesn't go anywhere.
It's another pass-through you need. These bridge ones are always the worst because you can never tell if you've actually been in one. Like, because there's, I think, 2 of each, and it's kind of hard to tell if you've been in it unless you take the elevators.
Are you still going with the old school mindset of the caves not pointing, not going where they point?
No. I'm going with the sometimes you get a couple of caves at each point to a couple of other caves.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, like the elevator networks and everything that kind of get clustered together.
Right, but if you have like 3 caves on the right side of one area and 3 caves on the left side of an area directly across from that, in theory they should just translate straight across, but I'm not convinced they entirely do at each juncture.
Malchior noting this down. Little pause in the overworld here.
Z2R is a game of notes.
So the thing about this mountainous DM is that it doesn't have to be fully accessible without the boots. So it's entirely possible that we don't have access to something we need right now and that the boots are required, again, potentially in P2 or Risen or second item on the maze.
Or New Casino, basement.
There you go. Okay, perfect. Yeah, exactly.
In fact, I would expect Malchior to go back there if he gets through this Risen Cave.
Well, Hitman's coming back, so let's see if you can make it to New Kasuto again. It seems like our encounters are kind of okay. We've got one tough encounter with the blue Lizalfo to the left side, but nothing to the right. We can just run out of it.
Gonna go to P4 to at least reset the spawns.
Okay, Malchior at least has another life here, so if he takes a death, it's not a game over.
He's also got shield and more just raw health than Hitman had coming in here the first time. And it looks like Hitman's now going to dive into Palace 2.
Yeah, I don't mind the Palace play again. We saw Malchior in here, but New Kasuto I don't think is too far away. Okay.
Interesting.
All right. I was just going to say, in case the basement is the glove or something, you might as well just check the basement first, just in case there's a glove block in this palace somewhere.
Right. So now you got to ask the question, when is Hitman going to get back to this Risen Cave?
Yeah, because that's kind of a walk. That's kind of a walk from, like, there's nothing down there, right? There's no palaces. There are no towns. He knows it's down there, but like you say, when's he going back?
The only possible thing is he might try to route it in with water tile if he can find the boots, assuming they're not glove blocked.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just got to, like, really decide you're going to do that. Malchior, with the extra lives and such, it looks like he's going to try to make his way back to the casino for that basement. Also does not see no casino yet.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Man, everything is just... This east is open, and everything to the west on the east here is like nothing. All that flute block, the double Darunia Desert encounter there is not going to be blocking anything. We've seen it all. I mean, we've at least seen it, not necessarily being inside of like something like the water tile yet.
Malchior is going to find the Thunder Spell.
Did Hitman just get a key drop in almost the same spot that Malchior did earlier?
Yes.
That's too funny.
Thunder, to the surprise of absolutely everybody, Thunder cannot be cast magically.
Oh, wow. Yeah, how much is it? We've got 96 magic. I didn't...
It is 110.
Wow. Okay. Could be another thing that kind of haunts us is an expensive Thunder cast all the way through the game.
Looks like Malchior is headed back over in the direction of New Casino. Gonna stop and get a red potion on the way. Or I guess it's a red jar. Let's see what's in the basement. Well.
Yeah, right now...
It's not objectively the worst item to get.
Yeah, I was going to say right now we don't have any encounters with seemingly invisible Moas trolling us, so not that useful at the moment. Maybe when we go into something like Death Valley.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to go to Death Valley until they've got some more levels under their belt, and they absolutely need to. Because, like, unless there's, like, boots in Death Valley that I'm required to get into the West, I don't see a reason why. Oh, there's the second magic container in second item in Maze Island.
And it's to the left of the fork.
Yep.
Amazing.
That does allow Malchior to cast Thunder once.
Now, does Thunder kill these blue Iron Knuckles and other terrible things that are blocking his way in these palaces?
I mean, if it weakens them enough, you might be able to just finish them off.
That's true.
Really, the question is, does it kill the Mago? Because the Mago is going to be the annoying thing.
Man, this attack too for Hitman.
Yeah. The life 4 is nice, but killing things faster also means you take less damage. Oh, and they only give 70.
Yeah, that's rough. Well, there's attack 3.
Okay, cool.
Now I don't. Oh no, dude.
Oh.
And he gets it on the way down.
Stupid news.
I was just gonna say I don't remember which room Malchior game overed in, but then I did remember right as Hitman was getting hit. And I think it's coming up next or one more.
Let's see what Malchior decides to deal with this death now.
Yeah, interested to see if he can find something that Hitman didn't see.
The bag. Hitman's gonna take Magic 3 in the end. Once again, equalizing our runners on levels.
Okay, here is the room that Malchior game overed in. I think Hitman has one extra life here. Malchior did a little bit of extra exploration in 2, so he got damaged a little bit more. He took a little bit more. He took another death or 2 or something much earlier than this room, so that's why he game overed in here.
Well, that's one death.
Well, here's another thing as well. I mean, we can cast the spell, so we can just simply spell the blue iron knuckle out of the way as. Oh wow!
What a bag!
I think that's the first one we've seen of that size. It's 35 minutes into the game.
And that dropped off a generator, I think. Oh, the generator gives 50.
Oh, Hitman's getting beat up again. Oh, I don't think he can cast spell now.
He can't. You need just shy of 5 full magic containers to cast it.
I mean, here's a good thing to do though. I mean, go. Like you said, I was going to say either push him back or as he got hit by the head. Oh my god! Or just take the damage boost like you had mentioned earlier. Dude, yeah. How many blue iron knuckles are in this palace, man? Every room has a blue iron knuckle. Just keep going, keep the rhythm. Oh god!
If the blue iron knuckles gave 300 XP, this would be fantastic.
Yes. Oh, this is a loop. Is there drippers here? This is a loop to the multi-level elevator.
Oh! All of that to loop?
I don't know where Malchior didn't go then.
Did he go to the left in that room where the elevator with no drippers?
He might have not gone all the way down and left.
Oh, wait, hold on. We're seeing a new part of DM, I think.
Oh, is the boss right here? Of course the boss is right here.
Here's the boss. Okay. No item, though. What? You know what? I bet you the item's like all the way at the bottom of that elevator and to the left at this point. Now, this likely isn't going to hurt Malchior too bad to not have this. If anything, he might be able to get a little bit of a better gem out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was wondering what this 860 was going to be. Could be... it's probably Magic 4.
Yeah.
We also just saw one up in the drop pool as well. I don't know if we just haven't been killing a lot of... I guess we weren't killing a lot of stuff early on because everything was a large enemy. We had Gorillas and Red Dairas and Lizalfos all over the place, and we weren't killing a lot of the small enemy group. And so we didn't see the 700 bag. We didn't see the 1-ups dropping. We didn't see any of that stuff. And now we're 30 plus minutes into this game here, and we're finally seeing this. Oh god!
Now, I gotta say, for Hitman, this is definitely a tough decision of, I've got 1 life left, but I only need 40 XP to get to attack 4.
Let it ride. Let that sucker ride. Just enter back into the palace. What's in the first room?
I
don't remember. There were a lot of.
I don't remember either, but you could also just go down to Palace 4 if you're willing to if you're willing to risk walking a little bit, and just go kill the Iron Knuckle.
Yeah, no, I was going to say there are 2 red iron knuckles in the first room here in P2. Remember, they were worth. We noted they were worth 50 instead of 200.
Yeah, although he hasn't seen the item yet, so he could just say, you know what, I'm just going to go into the palace anyway and go look at the item. Malchior does get through another pass-through cave of Death Mountain. Look at this. We got an eco key from the back.
Oh god, don't eat the fire. Don't eat the fire. That hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malchior's got nothing.
Well, we're back to the raft tile. Here's the item for P2.
Yeah, I think we're boots blocked on this DM.
The Mew does not give enough XP, and it's the medicine. Okay. Not immediately useful, but will... Oh, there's Malchior with the 700 bag.
38 minutes into the game.
This is something else. But now, Hitman's got to grind 6 XP.
Yeah, he
could
could try to kill
this Mew over and over to do it.
He'll eventually either get a P bag. I was going to say, he could also try to kill that bubble in the previous room.
I think the Mew is ultimately the safer option for how little XP is needed, just because you don't want to accidentally risk eating a fire because the bubble knocks you into a fire. Malchior cannot cast Jump. Needs a little bit more. Key drop! Oh, hello. Hammer Cave!
Oh, wow. Where was this?
So you had to go through, like, one of the caves right next to the raft tile, and that took you down to this bottom left portion, which got you to this hammer cave. If this is boots, honestly, I think if this is boots, I'd still stick around just to look for the hammer, to look for the rock before going back west.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what this might be. Like, even for I guess we're waiting to find the raft somewhere.
And before the raft is in here.
I'm hoping the raft is in 4 when we don't have reflect. Neither runner is feeling amazing at this point in time. They know it's game 3. It's been very difficult combat early on, and neither one of them can feel like they've been doing a good job. There've been, several game overs from both runners. 40 minutes, and Malchior still doesn't have a gem placed, and just under 40 minutes, and Hitman placed his first gem. Nobody's feeling good in this race right now, but little do they know, neither one of them has gotten too far.
And it's a plunger.
Okay, what is this? What else? That was a lot of work for that. My God. How useless of an item could you get at this point?
Well, wait. We have the water tile left for an item on the east. And that's it.
And that's the child.
Yeah.
So we have a boots locked child for reflect.
Hey, the plunger might lead to Forest Henge, right?
We have nothing. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the day when we can add Forest Henge in as an item.
This is wild. Hitman got the cross out of the basement. He's headed back to that cave now. He's going to get his gloves, so this is good.
Yeah.
But then where's he going to go? Where do we have P4? What else do we have? We just have P4.
Well, if you're Hitman, you have the second item in Maze Island.
That's true.
And if you're Malchior, you still have P2, which you need to do.
Oh, anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
I forgot
can see
that.
Malchior elected to go to P2 here, but Hitman also has Hammer Cave, so they might honestly just end up both in P4 finding that item at the same time.
This is wild.
Because like if you're Hitman, after this, you're probably going to up A anyway, so you're going to go check the... What's it called? The second item in Maze Island. And after you do that... Oh, did you just... Okay, cool. He's got lives. Hitman thinking Hammer Caves is boots blocked is honestly probably the best thing for him right now.
Yeah.
But he will not say no to a glove.
And he's not up and A.
He could be making a play to try to find Death Valley entrance.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You could just YOLO Death Valley to see if you can get in there. He's got a cross. We have the candle. There's going to be, noting earlier that the invisible MOs, if they exist in any of those encounters, not going to be a problem. He could just encounter skip through. You could see everything.
Yeah.
We have
Palace. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say we have a castable spell in case we do need to spell some stuff out of the way. I don't know if our runners are really thinking about spell. That's one of those things that kind of sits in the back of your mind. I think it's kind of more of I'd say it's more of an experienced player play to do spell plays, just because it just doesn't enter in too often.
Here's Death Valley entrance. All the way back by Risen Cave.
Yeah, so we did see a Moa in there as well.
It's a little interesting.
He's taking this cave. This cave is just going to take us to the top side of... Yeah. So we're not going Death Valley. Okay. Well, at least he knows now where the entrance is. I guess Malchior doesn't exactly have that information, but Malchior has seen the volcano, so he probably has an idea kind of where-ish to walk.
Yeah, and he might go through that pass-through cave looking for an entrance. Gonna take... this looks like it's gonna be a P4 play.
Man, what's the over-under on downstab before 60 minutes?
Looks like this is not a P4 play.
Oh, wait, no,
that was P2.
Okay, yeah.
I had the palace mixed up.
I like this. I like this a lot. Well, I like it because we already know that Hammer Cave is a bust.
But if you're thinking Hammer Cave is blocked, your options are go through Yellow Death Valley or just jump into P4 and hope the item is quick. You have a glove, so it's not like you're going to get glove blocked.
All right, well, this P4 could be a little big. Could be 20, a little over 20 rooms. And of course, Doom Knockers with no downstab, so I would be shields up, man. Shields up constantly. Or jumping. Malchior... Go ahead. I was just going to say Malchior was doing all the jump strats earlier, so those are going to be sitting in the back of his head constantly. I don't think we've seen many jump strats from Hitman, if any at all, so probably not right at the top of his... Oh my god.
The trophy in Wait. It's death. It's the palace in the Valley of Death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So... Which one do you think it is?
Okay, well, here's the other thing. Here's one thing that might still be out there is, again, Bagu. Where there's a lot of forest by North Palace. Bagu could be available, and it could just be that item cave on the other side of Saria that has our boots or a raft.
Hitman's back in DM.
Oh, no. Well, I hope he finds this Hammer Cave ASAP because he needs to see that it's nothing.
I mean, this is a very reasonable play to make. With the information that he has of, it's either this, find the second item in Maze Island, or go to Valley of Death.
Yeah, that second item in the maze seems so straightforward, though. It seems like that would probably be where I want to go first, because I've already uncovered so much of it, and there's only a few areas left for me to walk to find that drop, and we know it's just left at the fork of where the first drop is.
So, here's the spell for Malchior. We did see Hitman picks. We saw Hitman skip a P-bag, but I don't know if that P-bag came off of the correct type of enemy to drop a 700.
Malchior wanted that P-bag. Thumbs down.
Not a fan of having to try to get that without downstab.
Well, Malchior is going to see that this just wraps around at this point. That's the old path that he game overed on, and he's through it now, and he's going to come back to this multi-level. He's going to kick himself when he sees it's just hold right. It's literally just hold right to the boss.
Well, he might go down here first, so this will get him this item, which we saw is the medicine, which could very well be required for the fairy spell.
Yeah, at this point, medicine or trophy. That'd be funny if it's trophy. We haven't seen any fairy blocks yet, so not really a concern right now. There aren't too many fairy blocks either. But once you see one, you only need one when you don't have fairy for it to be an actual block, so.
Yep. I don't like trying to get that MOA. I would just move on. Well, he knows he's going to have to up A out of this, but he knows that this is the item, so he should get... Yep, there's the magic level. I would just take the magic level here, because you know you're going to get a level from the gem, and you know you're about to save quit, or up A. but you have enough spells that the magic level is actually worth it. And attack 4 versus attack 3 for Helmet Head, I feel like it doesn't make that much of a difference with how low health he had.
It was actually attack 3 for Hitman as well. Remember, he left the experience of the gem ride to attack 4.
Right. What I'm saying is for Malchior to sit there and grind the MOA.
Oh. Yeah,
I don't think you save enough time.
Agreed. So
if it was like 8... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say that Hitman is, once again, not... He's back in the maze. Oh, no, he walked backwards, didn't he? He walked backwards from DM. My bad. Yep. He's still got a check. Yep. He's still missing that left fork. He's back in the maze, though.
He's going down to this bottom fork, though. Actually, did you have to come this way to get here?
No. Since he went backwards from DM, both the drops are free and accessible from where you enter in from the west.
Not a whole lot of XP on this set of Iron Nickels.
I feel like Malchior is walking the way he had walked before?
Well, he had to because of the Eco Key room. He couldn't get back through it because there wasn't a bubble to do the jump.
Oh, right. This is the start of the palace. Duh.
Yep.
Yeah, my bad.
You're good. For those of you that had over-under on dab stab in under 60 minutes, I don't think we're getting it in under 60 minutes. Because if you got to go to Valley of Death to get down stab, I don't see that being a very quick and painless process.
Yeah, this is wild.
Yeah, no. With this low health, you're not saving enough time grinding attack 4 on a Mew. If it were Guma, maybe.
If you were on top of your drops and you knew that the 700-point bag was coming next, then, first of all, props to anyone who's tracking drops that closely. Then that's the play, I would imagine, but probably not. I don't think anyone tracks drops that closely.
Look, I don't know about Hitman, but I know Malchior is also a Z1 runner, so counting to 10 is incredibly difficult to begin with, much less counting drops.
Yeah. So Hitman headed south here. I wonder if we're doing a Bagu check. We are doing a Bagu check, yeah.
Yep. Hold on. The cave south of Saria about has to be a pass-through, unless it's the raft.
Yeah, we don't have a south-facing.
Oh,
we have south-facing cave. Nice. I almost wonder, for some reason I'm feeling like Malchior saw Bagu's Woods early on, and I'm forgetting that he saw it. He might have seen this already, and I've just forgot about it. Apologies if anyone was yelling at me about it in chat earlier.
Well, Malchior is going to find this item in for it quickly, so honestly, there may not be that much of a gap between the two, because Malchior's really only got this, and then either Bagu's Woods or Valley. Search for Bagu or Valley of Death, and I feel like you search for Bagu in that case.
Yeah, Malchior is going up and right instead of the down and right. Oh, it literally loops into itself. That's amazing.
It's fantastic. So Malchior's going to end up having actually a faster P4.
Yeah, by a room or two.
So let's see what Malchior does here. Does he search for Bagu, or does he just go to Valley of Death? Which, oh, by the way, Valley of Death can still be the required progression.
Yeah. Okay. It looks like he's going back to the maze. We'll see after this encounter.
Bagu found for Hitman. Oh, no, Malchior's back looking in the woods.
Wow.
There is going to be maybe a minute to a minute and a half gap between the runners finding Bagu here.
Yeah, I hope that Hitman, as you said earlier, best thing for him is going to be ignore Hammer Cave. Just expect that it's boots blocked and you can't get to it. And this, or as you say, Death Valley.
But also remember, Malchior does have that extra magic container because Hitman still has not found the second item out of Maze Island.
Yeah, that's true.
Which could make a huge difference.
Yeah, it would be really unfortunate if it were just the second item was just opening up progression. And, oh, there's even a town down here.
Okay, let's see. What town is it? Fire!
It is not Mito, though, so we still don't have town stamp.
I mean, we could still have Fire Fairy.
That's true.
We don't actually know what Fire's linked to yet. We know it's not Shield, Jump. I don't think it's Spell. Might be Reflect, actually, which would be pretty nice.
Yeah, that would be. Not needing the boots, then, at least... yeah, I guess we wouldn't need the boots at all. We pretty... Oh, well, no. Well, might still need the boots. Maybe Spec Rock is Raft or something. I don't know.
That could be. Spec Rock could also be something silly like, oh, I already have the glove. Well, it can't be that. Spec Rock can't be the boots, because it probably would be Boots block itself at that point. There's Bagu.
So we got to cast the fire, and no discernible spell attached to it. So Thunder or Spell or Reflect or Life, I guess, because he's at full life.
You know what I think both of them are thinking right now?
I'm way behind.
Yeah. How soon did my opponent find this?
Yeah. It was right here in the west the whole time.
Let's see what's in P-Bag Cave. And this could still just be a P-Bag.
It could be.
It's a raft.
It's been here the whole time.
So yeah, probably about a minute and a half difference between the two runners in terms of this raft pickup, which honestly isn't much.
Okay, Hitman needs to go to the left of this branch here. Oh my god, I don't know why he doesn't want to go left.
I think he's convinced. He might be convinced he's already checked it.
It's entirely possible.
Malchior's going to go check the cave out first.
Oh yeah,
he better go check that town though.
Yeah, I was gonna say he does have a trophy out of 4.
Yeah.
Oh, did we just get a fire cast? It's Fire Thunder, I think.
Oh, that's convenient.
So let's see the look. There's no... Okay, Malchior is... I don't know how he feels.
He's probably feeling like he's going to expect a dot-dun to show up in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that either runner... This isn't... I mean... It was so free, right? It's so free. They both feel terrible about this. But at the same point in time, it's also so interesting that the way that they played it just led them away from that for 50 plus minutes in the game. And it was just there the whole time.
And here we go, rafting away from DM to get to the other side of the west. Barba has the boots!
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know if we checked that on Hitman's side.
And here we go. Here's downstab. We are going to get downstab in under 60 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. This has been great. They haven't really been stopped, right? It hasn't like they've done things. It's just all the things they kind of didn't need to do, at least in that order.
So now Malchior is going to head to DM. Based on the tracker for Hitman, either he's not tracking what items are in what palaces, or he doesn't have that hint about boots in 6.
Yeah, I'm going to say he doesn't have the hint.
Which could be very important if he's still looking for boots and decides not to get the item out of 6.
Yeah, especially with that being required now, and that being the child for our required reflect spell, because fire is not reflect today.
Mm-hmm. Now, for all we know, 6 is in Valley of Death, too.
Yeah, we've got palaces here. I don't think we checked any of the palaces. There's one city right here. I think he walked right to the town first.
Well, here's one. Malchior is now going down the bottom fork of Maze. Or maybe he was just looking to test out what fire is.
Okay.
That's fine. Yep, take the FA here to get stuff back. You know, I already disliked stinging insects to begin with. When they start dropping rocks on my head, I would have...
Yeah, I don't know about this Hyrule place. It's got some weird stuff.
Like rafting over mountains.
Yes. All right, well, we're going to get an 860 level here. This is Magic 4 that we skipped last time. I'm not sure we have the I don't know if we have the luxury of skipping it right now because the next levels are probably twice as far away in terms of experience. Yeah.
Yeah. 1430, 2070. Not great. Malchior is going to get his downstab. As we finally find Fairy.
Wow, sub-hour downstep for both of them.
Hitman's actually probably got closer to a 3-minute lead.
Yeah, it is actually 2 minutes. Hitman, I saw that he got it downstep at 57:08 on his own timer.
Okay. Which honestly, that 2-minute lead could easily just be the Hammer Cave.
Yeah, yeah.
But to me, it seems like a 2-minute lead is not a safe enough lead to say one way or the other, because GP can still GP. P6 can P6.
Yeah, Hitman did have to walk it all the way back to Risen, though, so he must have had the lead at some point then, still. Maybe Malchior's attempt to find Hammer Cave took a little bit longer in DM than Hitman's did. I don't know. These are the things you'd really have to just put side by side to measure it out.
I think Malchior's look for Hammer Cave was longer than Hitman's DM, or walk back to Risen Cave. There's a heart container, so this is not 6.
Yeah, so it's coming down to Death Valley or... okay.
Well, that's a fun loop.
Yeah. The pogo stick Stalfos there. I was going to say it's either... So we've got 5. So it's 5 and 6 are left between Caldera and Volcano.
I think Malchior is absolutely going to skip this item here in P1. There's really nothing that I think he'd want. 7 magic containers with Thunder Fire is enough for GP.
Did we see Hitman get it? Or did he just kind of leave? I think he left out of one as well.
Yeah, he left one, and I think with Malchior's information, I would be surprised if he goes into this item.
So maybe he doesn't know that the boots are in 6 then, after all. Someone would have to check the VOD.
Malchior's gonna go get Fairy real quick. Or not.
Oh, I hope he doesn't just like ignore the town thinking I don't need any more spells.
Yeah, that could be dangerous in GP. Or he might be thinking, I'll just get this on the way back, because I got to go back that way anyway to get to the Caldera.
On top of that, we might see some weird plays from the runners. Save it! Saves it. Some weird plays from the runners because of the time on the clock at this point and the raft being incredibly free. I'm sorry, it's so funny. It's just so funny. I mean, you just watch enough races of any randomizer and you will see exactly this happen in all kinds of different settings. And it's so amusing.
Honestly, I think what Malchior is doing is that I'm just going to get the, the fairy spell on the way back, because I got to walk back that way to go to the Caldera anyway.
That's true.
And you're just basically assuming that you're not going to need fairy for this palace, which 3, honestly, you probably don't.
It would be funny if there were a fairy block here. There's got to only be a few more rooms left, though, so probably not.
Yeah.
Now, if we didn't have the glove, this would actually be a fairy block that Malchior is in right now.
Yep. But with the glove in hand, because that was available, not going to need to worry about that. Malchior is up 1 level currently, which could matter, because that could convert to an attack level out of 5 or 6. Although, depending on how much XP is on the way... there might be another level here for... Well, I guess it depends on how much XP Rebo gives. Does he need to give 500?
He can give up to 700. Yeah, 700 in this flag set. And his low is 150. And I was going to say, Hitman saved himself in this room with Fairy, and Malchior is about to take a second death. Oh! It's a good thought, though. It was a good thought.
Down to 1 life. Yeah, this is not.
I hope he doesn't.
Ideal.
I hope he doesn't thunder this thing, because Thunder's not going to kill this. It's going to drop him straight down into the lava if he tries to thunder it.
Yeah, it looks like he's good now.
Yeah, Thunder's not going to kill a bubble.
As long as he gets the good reload downstab technique, he should be fine here. Being on 1 life is kind of scary, but you've got 7 hearts and 7 magic containers. Just don't downstab in this room. Rebo not behaving all that well for Hitman either.
Yeah, he's got the life spell as well, so I don't know if he's got it queued up or if he just kind of forgot that he had it. Oh, he's got it here now.
He might not have had enough magic the first time he came here to cast life.
That's true.
Oh, look at that! The double level!
Yeah, very nice.
And Malchior is also going to get a double level.
Yeah, as long as he kills all this stuff along the way. These Iron Knuckles here, the red ones in this Palace Pool, were 200, so...
Yeah, and that right there puts him up to enough to where as long as he kills Rebo... Ooh, I like that. Use the Thunder Spell and then go ahead and get the jar. And there's the cave to the Caldera. So yeah, Hitman about half a palace ahead here.
Wow, man, the attack 4 still needing a few hits on those red Dairas.
Yeah. Now, although we are going into 5-6, so this is where Malchior getting attacked, potentially attack 5 out of this palace is going to make a huge difference. I didn't see if attack 5 was the next level.
2070 is attack 5.
Then yeah. Malchior will get attack 5 out of here, and that's not insignificant. Nice jackhammer on the horsey. Does have the life spell, does have magic to cast it. Just gonna go for it with life 6 and shield. Pretty tanky, actually. Gets it down, no problems. And here's 6.
Yeah, I think no matter which way you shake it, these bosses are still gonna have a lot of health, and so attack 4s will be doing noticeably less damage than attack 5.
Well, here's the fairy. This is a fairy block in terms of fairy is considerably faster.
Yeah. I like to say I do like to save my magic at times, though. And so I like this play.
I expect Malchior is now going to go get the fairy spell.
Yeah, I'm watching.
He should. Yep, he's going. Now, if we see a quick Barba, and we see Hitman leave, that'll be the clearest indication of whether we got the hint or not.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, if the item just shows up on the way, then that makes things different. Nice key drop.
It's a skeleton key.
Ha! Goodbye, blue jar.
I don't... actually, I think we did have a junction earlier, but I think we opted to go down and left. I could be mistaken, though. We'll probably see, we're going to see Malchior being here soon enough.
Yep. This is one of those rooms that can be bad depending on what spawns, but doesn't have to be.
Yeah, it really helps
So
to
far,
have,
this is-
I was going to say, good internal timing for like when Moas are spawning and things like that. Really, really helps in these rooms.
Yeah. And honestly, this isn't a bad enemy set for it.
No, it could have been 2 Moas in there instead.
Oh, yeah. Or fast bubbles.
Yeah, that's true.
One more encounter before you get to the palace. Gonna ferry across it.
Oh boy.
Here's Barba.
Oh boy.
Right. So Malchior will absolutely dig the item here, but might fight Barba for the XP. If Hitman leaves,
If Hitman leaves, this is over.
does he not have enough magic for jump? Or maybe he's just more comfortable fighting Barba without it.
Yeah, see, there was a right here for Hitman, but he went down and left. So I'm feeling like the down and left just makes me think that he was going for an item. Or maybe again, just we're 69 minutes into this game here. Maybe the down and left, he's just gonna try to metagame it and just go, forget the rights. Let's just go down and left.
Could be that, or he could be thinking, okay, I've seen enough right side dead ends. I'm just gonna check my elevators and where my elevators lead.
Ooh.
Barely hangs on, but is able to get it. Gets Barba down. Barba drops another nice 700. Okay, moment of truth. He's going to take the level here. Having attack 5 for a redig of 6 is honestly a pretty good idea. But we'll see if he leaves or not.
I'm hoping he doesn't. I'm hoping that because it'll be the nail in the coffin at this point.
Yeah, he needs to stay. And he's walking back.
I feel like there wasn't a junction except the one that Malchior showed us a moment ago. Oh my god.
Malchior taking a death.
Oh, it's right here. There's a junction right here. I'm sorry. It's almost like Hitman knows the palace better than I do because he's playing it.
Malchior's going to be a little bit more patient this time around. Wait for the thing to go across. Use Thunder to at least get rid of the Stalfos. Going to go ahead and kill the bubble.
He tried to Thunder there, I think. Bubbles are pretty immune to Thunder. Is this the item room right here? This is it. This 6. Oh my god.
And Malchior might, honestly, I think he's at this juncture. If he goes to the right here. He is!
He's going to get boots and then walk back left, and then he's going to be done with it. He's going to be just as fast. Oh no, there's another right here. So it's down to the item room, and there's another right here. So he might actually just go right from here.
Nope, he's going down.
No, I mean after the item. Because he's still got to kill Barba.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, there's definitely... Hitman has held on to this lead so far. But at this point, Hitman doesn't really need any more items. So he's not going to go look for items here. He's not going to go look for items in 5.
Yeah, and that lack of... here it is, the right from Malchior. I guess best case scenario is a dead end real soon? Or more junctions. Oh, boy. I was also going to say the lack of extra magic container for Hitman isn't going to matter as much now with Fire Thunder.
It's not going to matter as much, but it could still end up being relevant. Because you're still going to want to be able to cast Reflect. You're still going to want to be able to cast Shield. There are still some things where you might want that extra magic container. But this is where Hitman's really going to expand this little bit of a lead we have. Because it really did start from Malchior choosing to go look for the Hammer Cave, which wasn't a bad idea at the time, but that's really where the gap opened up. And now Hitman's just going to expand on it.
Yeah, I don't fault the Hammer Cave play at all. I mean, it could have absolutely been the boots or been the raft.
Oh yeah. Now I would go ahead and get this child, and then just not go back and get Reflect and go DP5 first.
I think that might be the better play. Yeah, well, there is a cave. Remember, there's a cave facing south that you can take. It's a pass-through cave that spits you right out by the mouth of the volcano.
Right,
So,
right. That's it. There's that.
Yeah, we're walking it back here. Because that's Old Kasuto, and I think Darunia is just one more back. Or no, Darunia is a little bit further. Darunia is the first. Darunia is all the way by 4. I would just do 5 first. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, this is a time loss here. Yeah. Because this is New Kasuto.
Because you do 5, and then you can either up A to go back to Maze Island and go through the Daisy Chain, or you can just walk out of Valley of Death.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was Nibiru, not New Kasuto. So he's going to walk it all the way back. I mean, it's entirely possible that he just wants to do 4 before 5, you know? Just for the extra level, just to be more comfortable.
The big thing working in Hitman's favor right now is that Malchior is going to end up probably full clearing the 6.
Yeah.
So with Malchior 4 clearing the 6, that's going to make up that time that was spent walking all the way back to Darunia.
Yeah, if the plan, well, I guess I don't know if he stepped in Darunia to reset encounters or because Nibiru. I don't know if he stepped into Nibiru because he wanted to reset encounters or because he thought it was Darunia. I'm not sure. If he knew Darunia was here the whole time, I would say that the up and A back to start, maze, take the river to the cave, to DM, to raft, to be spit out right by Darunia again instead of walking all the way back here. There's a lot going on, though. Again, for the 17th time, neither one of them can feel good at 75 minutes into this seed here. And Malchior has three gems placed, and Hitman has 4.
Yeah. Combined with every minute that Malchior is spending in here, he's probably thinking more and more, it was right by the entrance, isn't it? But Malchior did get an extra level out of here, so that might mean something eventually.
Okay, so this could be a loop for Malchior. I think it's a loop. It's not a loop. Okay, never mind. Oh no, this couldn't have been a loop. My bad. I was under the impression that it would have been the junction where the item room was. And that just couldn't have been the case.
Yeah.
So we don't know where Karok is. And Hitman, okay. I was going to say, Hitman doesn't know what's up and right. He doesn't know that the item room loops around. But then again, there's the elevator there in the item room that goes down and right as well. So we've got a left at start, and we've got a down and right over here past the item room.
Mm-hmm.
One of them leads to Karok.
The other one leads to probably some amount of sadness and blue iron knuckles.
Oh, he's not going to go through the item room there. Okay. Well, see... Again, he might just not remember that there's an elevator there that still has a right down there. Or he's checking this, which is just dead ends.
Yeah. I've seen this room before, actually. At least not the left side of it. I've seen the right side of it. Because I always think it's one of those rooms that does actually have an exit on the right side.
Yeah, there are 2 of these community... or 3 community rooms that are just like... I call them decorative elevator rooms because they're nothing. They look like they might be something, but they're nothing.
Malchior is up 8 and is now back at the entrance of P6.
My guess is he's just going to try to hold right instead of go down and left again.
Yeah. This right now, there is just... It's going to be interesting to see the routes they take in P5 and GP.
Yeah, that's GP is, I think, going to be a big thing. If GP... I don't know. All things considered, I might give Malchior the edge here in combat. So, if it comes down to some difficult rooms in GP, well, I guess there's not much combat in GP. I guess it's kind of just escape and go.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a
but
run for your life.
Well, here's the thing. After placing both gems Hitman is going to have life 7, attack 5, magic 6, assuming he doesn't get an extra level along the way.
Yeah.
Malchior is going to have at least life 7, probably 6, 7, 7 going into GP. So a little bit more magic for potentially some extra life casts and such. If Hitman never gets to attack 6, that becomes a much more significant factor. And maybe not for the combat, but definitely for keyword.
Yeah, and it's possible that we have an attack 6 that's cheaper than that life 7. I mean, magic 7. Not life 7, magic 7, sorry.
I mean, if attack 6 was cheaper than life 7, that is also, I think, possible.
Yeah, it probably is, as long as life 7 rolls to its max and attack 6 rolls to its min.
Yeah, because I think it's, what, plus minus 25%?
Oh, God, I don't know. You would think I knew that, but I don't. It's probably just listed in the wiki.
Looks like bonus... Oh, a dead end! What a bonus level for Hitman.
And we did see, finally, it did catch up to Malchior here, where he did try to thunder the bubble in here. You can't... the bubbles are very resistant to thunder, and so he thundered in the middle of his jump, and of course, it... as you're seeing there, bubbles just absorb thunder casts. And so anytime you hit something, you lose all your momentum, and that includes the Thundercast. If the Thundercast doesn't kill the enemy, then it counts as you getting, losing your momentum as a result.
I think bubbles have something like 255 health.
They do have a ridiculous amount of health. But there is some sort of stat that does make enemies resistant to thunder, if I'm not mistaken, because the Firebirds in GP are just so resistant to thunder. Mm-hmm. And they don't take anywhere near as many hits as a bubble does. But it could be the same thing. It could be reverse of that, right? It could just be that the bubble has so much health that it does take so many casts of thunder, and it's not that they're thunder resistant.
I mean, it could also be both.
That's true. So that was a faster Barba than Hitman's, but this P6 has been not so great in comparison to Hitman's.
Magic 7 is cheaper than attack 6.
Is it close? I wonder if he'll let it ride. Oh, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
But at 81 minutes into the game, you still got to do another palace. Where are you going to be after that P? Oh, he's still got to do. I'm sorry, he's still got to do 4 and 5. Yeah, he's still got to go to the water tile and get the child and come back to Darunia. And we're already done with 4 on Hitman's side. Oh my God.
Hitman's a palace ahead off of the back of.
And Malchior not taking the river here.
Malchior might not be thinking they have the boots at this point because you haven't had them the entire game.
Yep, and we used it for nothing up to this point. We just need it for the water tile.
But he's getting the fairy feats. So Malchior will have attack 6 going into GP.
It's also possible that maybe he routes this slightly more efficiently, is what we were talking about before, right? So go Water Tile, then go Death Valley, then up an A, and hope that you remember you have the boots, take the river to the cave to DM, back to the east, and hit Darunia, and then go 4, and then then you go right back to the maze from the east, and that's a faster path. He could make up I don't know. I want to say like 2 minutes here. That was a long walk back for Hitman from the water tile to Darunia.
Yep. And also notice Malchior doing its best to try to get the encounters to kind of work with him a little bit. Now Malchior has not seen the pass-through cave that leads to
That's true.
The Valley of Death entrance. But if he takes this pass-through cave over to the water tile, he might just go up from near Rising Cave. Actually, if you knew about that cave, that makes the walk to Daruni a lot faster.
Oh, that is a convenient cave right there.
Yeah, if you take that cave, that might actually... I would argue that's faster than doing the Bay loop. Because this is just a one-screen cave.
So Hitman definitely feels like he's got to make a play here. He's going left in P5 right out of the gate here.
Well, he went to the right at first and dead-ended.
Oh, it was. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're good.
My bad. How did I miss that?
Yeah, well, it was a pretty quick dead-end. Yeah, I think if you take that specific cave, this ends up being faster than walking all the way around through 3 continents. Or at least it's about the same amount of time, but it doesn't feel as bad to do.
You could also probably take the water right there, just east of P2, and take it right down there by the bridge / Darunia.
Yeah. So hopefully Malchior has a little bit faster of a P4 to bridge some of this gap.
Yeah, he could.
Oh, actually, hold on. If Malchior lets it ride out of P4 and has attack 6 for P5 in Guma, that is not necessarily insignificant.
Yeah, that's
But it depends on his life count.
I was going to say, didn't we already get upstab a long time ago? And we did, because he ferried into the chimney and got into the house and was like, hold up. And then he left.
Yeah, but that was like an hour ago at this point.
Yes, yes, it was. I was going to say, I was going to agree with you there as well, that he could definitely, Malchior could definitely have a faster P4 than Hitman. Although I don't recall whether it was one of the rights by the item room or if it was left from start. I just was not paying much attention to that P4.
I honestly don't remember. I just know that there was a lot of time spent in P4 and then a bunch of dead ends were hit and then he left. And then he went the other way. I like getting the ferry ready because, that can happen.
Yep.
Let's see where Malchior goes. Gonna go to the right. This makes sense. Looks like we got another eco key room. Now Malchior might be headed back to the elevator in the
Yeah. Now he hasn't seen the down and right in the previous room and how they loop together.
Right. Downstabbing the elevator does not do extra damage. I do like that the runners are liberally using the fire spell to get the thunder effect.
Yeah, they almost have to. I mean, we meme on it and call it cheating. I mean, it's very, very overpowered, but it's, I tend to not use that in practice if fire gets combined with fairy or thunder, but in a race, you absolutely have to use it because your opponent's using it, and if you're not, you're just at a disadvantage. You're at a disadvantage.
Yeah. All right, so Malchior's up in this upper portion of P4. Gonna elect to up A, recognizing the dead end room.
Yeah, I think it's left from start.
That may be the way Malchior goes here.
Okay, I was hoping he wasn't going to go back right and then take the down and left, which was just going to, or the down and right, which is going to loop him back around to the item room elevator.
Hey, it's a heart container in P5. Gonna take the drop. It loops you back around. There's a dead end left to start.
Okay, so it's not left to start.
And no Guma yet for Hitman.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We might not even be in GP before 90 minutes. Or okay.
Here's Guma.
I don't know if that was a full clear. I don't think so. It seems like there probably should have been a little bit of 5 left, but it could have been a small 5, I guess. I feel like he went a lot of directions.
Now, the palace sizes work similar to how the dungeons work in C1R when they're shapes, where they sit on a grid and they all have to like add up to a total number of rooms.
No. Well, kind of. There are banks, like we have the 125 palace pool and the 346 palace pool, and then GP's palace pool. So 1, 2, and 5 have only so much space to fit into their bank. 3, 4, and 6 only have so much space there, and then GP has its own bank all to itself, which is why it could be 58 rooms all by itself. And so, yeah, you're looking at, I don't know exactly, you hear people say 64 rooms, but I don't think you can take up the full 64. I think you have to have, I think there's some space at the end that gets reserved for some other stuff. So that's why I think GP is only 58 rooms instead of the full 64. But anyway, yeah, so when you know that Palace 1 is going to be a super small palace anyway, Palace 2 is a little bit bigger than Palace 1, and then Palace 5 is usually the bigger one. It's that Palace 5 is at the end of its memory bank and Palace 6 is at the end of its, and each of those are going to take up the remainder. Whatever Palace 1 and 2 don't take up, from what I understand, Palace 5 takes up the remainder, and whatever 3 and 4 don't take up, Palace 6 takes up the remainder. So, we're in GP though, and a nice blood red. This is a very red. Go ahead.
129.06 GP for Hitman, retaining his roughly 1 palace advantage over Malchior. Malchior does elect to take the magic level.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think it's the worst idea in the world, because it is more life gas, it's more shield gas.
Yeah, I think Fairy got even a little bit cheaper there. It may have come down at Magic 6 though. I haven't been watching it. We didn't have Fairy for so long, so who knows what it was at cheaper magic, lesser magic levels.
We all know that the one spell that everybody cares the most about is definitely Jump.
Now, especially for rooms like this.
Yep. It is kind of interesting how you don't really think of Jump, how useful Jump can be, until you get to situations where it suddenly becomes extremely noticeable how useful it can be.
Yeah, I love Jump. Jump, oh my god.
Thunderbird's right here.
Just go the right way.
So, for those joining us at the hour 30 mark, a couple of things happened in the seed. One was that Bagu was available at the start, but nobody went to go look for him. Second was that an early decisional came in from Malchior electing to go look for the Hammer Cave, while Hitman elected to stay in Palaces and then go search for Bagu a little bit earlier. That was about a 2-minute gap. And that 2-minute gap kind of remained until P6, where Malchior ended up nearly full clearing P6, I think, whereas Hitman's was a bit quicker. Fire's Link to Thunder. And that's really what's opened up this roughly 1 to 1.5 palace gap between the two right now, is the length of time in P6. Plus, so far, a very good route from Hitman in... I'm going to call it the Fire Temple.
Yeah, this is very red.
Honestly, I feel like this is the correct color for a GP.
Oh, this is
Thunderbird's trying.
Okay.
There we go. Thunderbird down. Being able to do Thunderbird on attack 5 is one of those things that I call a necessary skill, because there are seeds like this where you're just going to be on attack 5 for Thunderbird.
Yeah.
If you're starting out, I think trying to get attack 6 as a minimum is fine. But once you've got some more experience, once you've done some number of seeds, you get used to the combat, then I think learning how to do it on attack 5 is recommended. Anything lower than attack 5, you're really not going to run into unless you're doing something like a max rando, or you just deliberately choose to skip attack levels, which kind of hurts you in the rest of the seed anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, you might have like a low gem max rando, or a 0 gem max rando, where you're just going into GP at a super low level. Not for the lighthearted, not for the inexperienced, for sure.
That's why I don't personally run max rando. Like, if the gems didn't come with level ups, I don't think my version of max rando would be nearly as large.
Is this going to be our Dark Link?
Survey says it's going to be a decisional.
Ooh.
Interesting.
2 lefts, 2 rights. Well, and we're down 1 life, I think, only at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's Dark Link.
Well, this is it, folks. Hitman is going to be moving on here, other than a power outage.
Which, can we just say, both of these runners have played incredibly well to be able to stick this seed out, figure out what the game really wanted them to do, and get to this point.
I could not agree more. This has been a wild ride for both these runners, and it was, I hate to say it, but it's kind of self-inflicted, because the answer was just sitting right there just outside of North Palace the whole time. And they just went everywhere else.
It was, and I understand the desire to not go look for Bagu when you have items you can still get. But GG's to Hitman, going to be finishing with an official time of 1:34.35. And honestly, given how late a lot of the progression was, that feels like a pretty good time.
Yeah, what was that? We placed our first gem on Hitman's side.
40 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 40-something in P2. 57-minute downstep pickup.
Just an incredibly clean and good cleanup from Hitman once he got all the stuff he needed.
Having seen those past 2 caves down by Death Valley saved him a little bit. Well, you know what? Yes and no, because he didn't use the 1 cave that Malchior used, but Malchior didn't use the cave that he used. So I don't know.
Right. It's kind of a wash.
Yeah.
I think. Like, realistically, both caves probably save about the same amount of time, and both caves are better than walking the entire way around, but when you're this far into the seed and you're expecting your opponent to finish any second, you're more than likely going to default to, okay, I know this route works, even if it's not the most efficient, that's the one I'm going to take. There's the outdoor dead end for Malchior.
Finally rechecking what I should have looked at much earlier. I think I said Hitman was the 6th seed, but I questioned whether that was correct or not. He's actually the 5th seed, so Malchior being the 3rd and Hitman being the 5th. Again, someone in chat may have corrected me long ago. If so, thank you.
Malchior is going to elect to skip the heart container here.
And we are joined by Hitman, GG.
Thank you.
Quite the seed.
When the light bulb went off in my head about Bagu, it was just like, I thought I lost.
Well, let me get Malchior in here as well, because it was funny the way that you both played this one.
Because he was asking if I also missed Bagu.
Yeah, you both picked up Bagu within a minute and a half of each other. That's where this whole seed went.
Kidding me? Within a minute and a half?
Yeah.
So I blew it in 6 then.
It was your 6 is what caused the gap to open up. Because
Did you get
Hitman
the
had found
movement?
Barba
No.
first and then went back to the item.
Good. Cool stuff. Alright.
Yeah, because at that point I knew that the child was boots blocked. So I
I
knew
did
any
too.
of the boots had a 6.
Yeah, I did too. Did you ever find the flute and hammer cave?
I did not.
That
I
was
went-
a stupid
I
spot.
went into DM but couldn't figure it out, so I just kind of bailed on that, and that's I think around when I figured out, wait a minute, Bagu's Woods is a thing that exists.
It is a thing that exists, but I didn't run into a single Lost Woods tile while I was over there. So I
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
forget
on
if
the
I
other
went through
end.
there at all or not.
I
but
literally went through every other single logical conclusion until I figured out it was Bagu's Woods. I even went into 4 before Reflect. I
So did
went
I.
into 2 and did it and got the medicine.
Yep.
The only thing I didn't do was go do the palace that was on VOD. That was the only other logical thing I had before figuring out Bagu's Woods.
That's
Yeah, I was
ultimately,
really
I think, what
hoping it wasn't into Valley.
So it was kind of interesting at the end. Both of you took pass-through caves to save time, but you also didn't take the cave that the other one took. So there was
Nice.
one pass-through cave that went from the boots tile to the other side of the east, where the Daruni walk was pretty quick. That was an east-west cave. And then there was a north-south cave that went from that graveyard north of P2 down to right near the Valley of Death entrance.
Oh, that's cool. Ugh. Hey, buddy. Baby Mal's right beside me. He's like, Dad, you took forever. I finished dinner.
Hi, baby Mal.
How bad was GP?
Not too bad. And I had, I don't know if you got fire, but that was also thunder.
I got that late.
That helped a lot. But after, I don't know how, I definitely probably skipped a lot going the right way before Thunderbird. But after
That's
Seabird,
cool.
there wasn't much.
Alright, well, if I threw it all away in 6, then that's fine, I guess. Golly, that item was so deep. And then that 6 kept going so deep for nothing.
Well, you also did find Hammer Cave, which Hitman did not find Hammer Cave in his dig in DM, and Hammer Cave just ended up being that flute there, which obviously was going to be useless here today. Yeah, that 6 for Hitman was really great. They just took the first left and the second left, led right to Barba, and then from there just walked it back and held right at the previous junction. It was right to the item room. And that was it for him. Whereas you went left first and then went right, saw the item room, and then continued right from there, which was the rest of 6, right? So it was just the left to get to Barba, and that is what saved Hitman so much time in that 6.
Nice. That's cool.
I did want to say you both played incredibly well.
Yeah, without having no downstab for 57-minute pickup downstab for Hitman, like a 59-ish minute pickup for Malchior. Both sub-hour downstab pickups, and life being in the same town. So y'all were just operating on shield spell, but the beginning was pretty rough. Game overs for both of you a few times. Red Dyras all over the place. Maze Island was Lizolfo Island today. That was wild. So, and unfortunately, they weren't worth too much. I didn't see how much the oranges were, but I know that the blues, you killed a few Hitman. They were only worth 100 early on. So it's just like totally not worth it.
Yeah, definitely not a grinding spot.
You want to get up here, buddy? Come here.
So the other thing that kind of was upsetting us a little bit, just a little bit, is that there was that fork. Right as you walked into the maze, there was a left dead end and a right that continued on, and the right had the drop. And then everyone, both of you, cleared the maze numerous times without checking that first left. That was the dead end. And yeah, and Hitman, you never checked it, did you?
I never did find it. No, I combed over the maze a few times, but
There's an
just
extra
never found
magic
it.
container in there that would have made getting the, I guess the cross out of the basement in NK a little faster. So whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, that
I was
was.
hoping that hammer was gonna be needed because I'm like, oh man, this was a stupid NK to get to. Getting these 6 containers took a bit of effort. Let me go find a rock in Death Mountain, and you needed the dang boots to get to it.
Yeah, I was just glad that I went back to Risen Cave before I realized Bagu's Woods was a thing, because I probably wouldn't have gotten back to that glove fast.
Yeah, you were in there first, and you did take the game over to that Zora there on the second screen. And then when Malchior made it there, he had more resources, got through, showed us the glove, and we're like, oh boy, how long is it going to take Hitman to get back there? But not too long, all things considered.
I used the jump spell a lot.
You
I was
did,
like,
and
Not
yeah, and it was
fighting
really
this
good.
crap.
Yeah, it was very advantageous early on to get through numerous enemies there.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just relieved that there was no invisible Moas in the cave, but then I got lax on that Zora.
Wait, that thing's actually a Zora?
Technically, yes.
I think so.
No, I thought it was a basilisk.
I think
Well-
retroactively they made it a Zora.
I didn't believe it either, also, when I first heard it.
Alright, Hitman, go beat Obo now.
Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Just go fast. Problem solved.
No, just find the overworld location.
Just search for
Overworld last
Bagu out the gate.
Overworld. If I'd have known he was there,
He was
I
right
would
there.
have. If I'd have hit a single darn one of those lost wood tiles while I was walking over to that Medicave, I'd be like, oh shoot, Bagu's here. Like literally right here. I can use this to cross Saria. I walked through those woods at least twice. Never hit a single tile.
Yeah, he was a little bit further. Him and his encounters were a little bit further up than where y'all passed the first time.
We were absolutely concerned that it was going to be value death only.
I
Yeah,
wanted that. I wanted
Well,
that.
that makes one of us. But it probably, if Bagu's Woods weren't there, then it being in Death Valley wouldn't have been the worst thing for me, because, I mean, who's going there that quick? Nobody.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I still wouldn't have found it for like the first hour, but at the very least, I'd have found it.
well, this is a game 3, and Malchior, you have been eliminated here out of the Upstarts tournament here, round 1. You've done phenomenal. I've said the seedings wrong the entire time. We'll get them right. Malchior, you were the 4th seed coming in to the brackets round here, and Hitman was the 5th seed. Perhaps you have a bit of perspective here, that you being the person who helps with the Rookie Rumble in Z1R. When it came to Upstarts here, how was your time? How did it all go down? Would you recommend Z2R to a fellow friend?
Yeah, I'll recommend it to Baby Mal, who's screaming in the background. It was super fun. I very much enjoyed the increasing difficulty of the flags over time. And I've given some personal suggestions to Alan about how to possibly run the next one. The format was great. I just want to see more people practicing. Because I think there was about 5 or 6 of us that were practicing intently in the month leading up to this thing. And I want to be able to encourage more pickup races for people so that we can all level up before it's time to show up.
I agree. Yeah, it's a little quiet in the Z2R community at times, but it was nice to see a handful of Upstarts folks jumping in and doing those casual races. And I also agree that it'd be nice to get some more.
Yeah, that was fun. Might take a bit of a hiatus from this game because another Zelda 1 tournament's popping up soon. But it's fun, and I will just always curse the overworld. That's a thing I'll just have to get. Just like Dragon Warrior, I will curse the overworld. Hey, buddy.
Fair enough. Hitman, moving on to go against Obo, the #1 seed here in the Upstarts tournament. How are we feeling about this?
Definitely the underdog, no question about it. I think we can all agree that Obo is probably the favorite to take this whole thing. I mean, coming into the brackets, I was just hoping to get a win. I mean, Malchior is a fantastic runner, so GG's to him on the series. And we'll just see how far we can push this.
All right. Well, GG to both of you. Great, crazy game played here this evening. And good luck moving forward, Hitman. Any final thoughts, Elsoa?
No, I don't think I have any additional to add on top of what you've already said.
All right, then I guess VT Slacker, if he's around, he can take us out.
Yeah, I'm here to had to step away for just a little bit, but do want to give our runners a follow, Malchior and Hitman, for the great races, both Game 1, 2, and 3 that they put on for us. Also want to give a big thanks to our commentators, Mirai and Alsoa. I'm going to pass you over to Speedruns 3 because they're doing a weekly Ocarina of Time randomizer over there, so have fun watching that, and we will see you next time.